Let's say we want to calculate the derivative of x to the 10th plus x to the 5th. We know that we can use the power rule to calculate the derivative of each one of those terms individually. So we get 10x to the 9th and we get 5x to the 4th. And my hypothesis would be that if I want to take the derivative of the sum of those two terms, I can just take the sum of the two derivatives. So I should, I think, just get 10 times x to the 9th plus 5 times x to the 4th. I can check that using the definition of derivative, but that's going to be really, really messy and tedious. So I'm not going to do that, and it really won't answer my big question. My big question really is, if I have f of x plus g of x and I take the derivative of that sum, is that just going to be equal to f prime of x plus g prime of x? And so to get at that question, I'm just going to use the definition of derivative on the function f of x plus g of x. So let's do that. The derivative of f of x plus g of x is the limit as h goes to 0 of f of x plus h plus g of x plus h. That's the y2. And then we need minus y1. So minus, and then in parentheses, f of x plus g of x. That's our y1. Divided by x2 minus x1, which is the h. And now I'm going to rearrange the terms in the numerator. So I'm going to bring the f's together and the g's together, because I think that if I do that, it will split apart nicely and give me what I want. So in the numerator now, f of x plus h minus f of x plus g of x plus h minus g of x. And now let's split that apart as two fractions. And then if we're taking the limit as h goes to 0 of this sum of two fractions, we're really just letting h go to 0 in each separate piece. So we can split apart the limit. So we've got the limit of the f's over h plus the limit of the g's over h. And now you can see the limit as h goes to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x over h is just f prime of x. And then in the other one, you have just the derivative of g. So you really do just get f prime of x plus g prime of x. So the derivative of x to the 10th plus x to the 5th really is just 10x to the 9th plus 5x to the 4th. Our hypothesis was true. And now you can do this for any sum of functions. It also works for a difference of functions. So anytime you have a sum of functions or difference of functions, just take the derivatives of the individual functions and then add or subtract them.